the Dopeless. All right. Hey, yeah. We're going to do a series, part 1, 2, and 3 on honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Those are 3 spiritual principles that all 3 of us follow in our meetings that we attend on a regular basis. So this one's going to be on honesty. How we have to practice it nowadays a lot more different, lot different than what we used to growing up, or what have you, anything like that. I guess ladies first. Ronnie, kick us off, man. What about honesty?
I know that my name's Ronnie. I'm a grateful addict. I know that when I was in my addiction, I was a closet user. I was a functional addict. I was a soccer mom that took my daughter to 3 practices a week, and
Jason's in the closet
too. But I thought that I was a functional addict. I thought that it was okay to continue to get high as long as nobody actually knew that I was getting high. I was doing it. When I lost my kids in 2017, it was a relief to be able to come out about my addiction. I could actually breathe and be able to use drugs okay, because everybody knew that I lost my kids to drugs. And that's so shameless to say. I was miserable every single night, not being able to see my kids or have my kids there as my security blanket. The floors, I could hear their little foot, their foots running through the house, playing basketball, whatnot, and that was gone. It was just me and myself left to my thoughts, and I'm honest enough to say that I was a dirty scumball when I was in my addiction, and that's not me anymore. I'm grateful for the things that I've gained today, the relationships that I've restored, the relationships of people that I never knew this whole time was looking, watching my journey as I took it along, and I'm grateful to have those people in my life. Honesty's I don't know. Honesty. I'm honest enough to say that I'm thankful for the journey that I had, because it's made me the person that I am today. I've gained a lot of amazing relationships, and I don't know. I'm kind of nervous today. I don't know. I guess I'll pass or pause, and you can come back to me.
All right. Jeremy, you want to take this one, man?
I had to learn the difference between rigorous honesty and brutal honesty. I thought that I needed to be brutally honest and tell everyone everything about the way I was during my using, and I've come to realize that I need to be rigorously honest, but I don't need to be brutally honest, because brutal honesty hurts people. My brutal honesty is, I used to take dirty rigs out of the sharps container at work and use them, not clean them. I used to be a real piece of shit. I don't need to, obviously I just told everyone that's watching this, but that's not something that I need to tell every single person. It's learning to be honest without hurting people with my honesty. I've lied, stole, cheated. I've done all that since a very young age. Once at like 12, 13, I started realizing that I could lie my way out of things, and so that's what I did. And that turned into a habit, and then it turned into me using, and I was really good at it for a while, and I've gotten to the point now where I'm terrible at lying. Like I suck at it. You can see right through it, and I know people can see through it when I'm doing it. But I try, and I'm not saying I don't lie ever, because that's a lie. But I try not to lie about things. I try to just be truthful and upfront. A lot of times I catch myself lying because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt someone, but usually the lie hurts worse than the truth would. And that's just being real about it. You know, there's little things like, and those little things add up. You start lying about, well, where you're at or what you're doing or all these different little things, and that shit starts adding up, and then eventually you're lying about bigger things, and then you're telling lies to cover up the lies. And then for me, that ends up with guilt. And what do I do with guilt? I medicate it. You know, I told people for a long time while I was on methadone that I was clean. And I looked at it like I was, because I'm like, oh, I'm taking medication to keep me from taking drugs. But in all honesty, I was abusing that too. You know, I would tell people, you know, if I had friends that found out I was taking or whatever, oh yeah, well, I only take 20 milligrams a day and blah, 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 blah. But ultimately I wasn't. I was abusing it, and I was calling the doctor every month while I was on prescribed pill form of methadone. I would call the doctor, you know, 2-3 weeks early every month, make up some bullshit about how I'm going out of town and I'm going to need my medication early because I won't be back for a month, you know, and it was every single month. I don't live like that anymore. I don't have anything I really need to lie about. Not that I needed to lie about it in the first place, but I got so used to lying and making up bullshit and bullshitting everybody around me and bullshitting myself that it's a habit that I have to break. I'm not perfect at it, but I've definitely gotten a lot better. But the biggest thing was lying to myself for me. Well, it's okay. I'm just taking medication to keep me off of it. Well, I'm just smoking weed. Well, I'm just whatever, justifying it. Basically, I'm just justifying everything that I do. And once I start justifying it, then eventually I end up loaded one way or another. And that means usually how it works for me is I start lying to myself about, well, I can have a beer. And I start believing it. And then I have one. And then I have 2. Then I have 3. Then I have 18. And then I'm blackout drunk. Then I wake up the next day and I feel guilty about it. Then I figure, well, I'm already relapsed, so I might as well use drugs. I might as well do what I want to do. And that's the way it's always worked for me.
One is too many, 1,000's never enough.
And that's the whole thing. Like, once I take one, something changes. It always does. It's never been, oh, I have one beer and I'm okay. Never works that way for me. Because I have this need inside of me to escape reality. Been there my whole life. So now, instead of trying to escape reality, I sit through it. And I learn to deal with the feelings. Is it easy? No. But I don't sit around crying like I used to. For the longest time, coming out of withdrawal, and I mean, I'm almost a year off methadone, and they say it takes a full year for your brain to reset. And I fully believe that because, I mean, my brother can vouch for me. I mean, you'd look at me the wrong way, I'd start crying. You know, he told me, he's like, when you first got here, he's like, I didn't know if I could handle being around you. He's like, everything I did. He's like, you were happy, you'd cry. You were sad, you'd cry. I mean, my mom told me she loved me. I started crying. And with the good and the bad, it's like I couldn't accept either one. Because I was so down on myself and telling myself I was such a piece of shit, that I was never going to get this. And really, what it came down to is I wasn't being honest with myself about any of it. I was thinking that, well, you know, I haven't done drugs in 8, 9, 10 years. Well, that's a lie. Straight up, it's a lie. You know, I told myself, oh, I haven't done heroin in 10 years. That's a lie. I did it 5 years ago. You know, like,
But it's so important that you have to go through the motions. You have to feel those emotions to go through the motions.
Right. And, yeah, right. You're 100% right. And so, I don't know, like everybody says, you know, all the time, you have to change everything. Well, that's true. I mean, it's literally everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't do any of the shit that I used to do. Or I try not to. that's a lie. I say I don't do any of the shit that I used to do. I'm still sick. But I'm working on getting better. Working on it. And it's a daily struggle. And some days are worse than others, and some days I feel like I'm doing really well, and then other days I feel like I'm nowhere where I need to be. But it is what it is. Today I know that I don't have to wake up in the morning and take something to put in my body to make me okay. And some days I'm not okay either way, even if I would have been taking something. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. Jason, you go ahead.
Yeah, man. Jason, I'm a grateful drug addict. I was taught from a young age to lie, to be dishonest. When I was young and somebody would knock on the door or call the house, my dad would yell, "I'm not home." And that's teaching you a lie from a young age, man. I became a chameleon real quick. My ex-wife used to call me a sociopath because
been called that a few times.
Yeah, but it's adapting to any surrounding, man. It's a survival technique. It just being dishonest, just straight up, just for the hell of it. You're sitting around being bored. You just make up a fucking story just to tell it.
That's a whole other addiction,
right? And it's so stressful, man. It's so stressful because you gotta remember who you lied to and what you lied about, and then you gotta replay what you said, and then you gotta convince them that what you said was true, and try to make them feel crazy. I was real good at that for a long time, making that person feel crazy because I was the one that was full of shit. Like I said the other day, man, whenever I decided to do the damn thing, for once and for all, I knew I was gonna have to do the complete opposite of whatever I've ever done, man. We got a sponsee brother, and it's an old saying, man. He preaches it, nothing changes, nothing changes. That rigorous honesty, man. I'm an open book nowadays, almost to a fault, some people might say. But I want everybody in my life, and everybody that I'm in recovery with, and everybody I come into contact with, I want them to know exactly what's going on with me at all times. That way that if I am acting out of pocket or out of place, man, and I don't realize it, then they can point it out to me. Because old me was not a good dude, man. And some of the people that might watch this from my past, man, they can attest to that. I haven't been an upstanding citizen for a long time. And it's weird. It's a mind fuck a little bit because I have trained myself for so long to believe my own bullshit and to be dishonest, that now that this new way of living, it's better now. Obviously, I got some clean time under my belt, but every now and then, I still struggle with it. Like, is this all bullshit? Because I've done this a lot of times, man, a lot of times, and that's why, like I said the other day, again, my family's about tired of it, because this isn't anything new, that rigorous honesty. It's like I said, it's kind of a mind fuck because I wonder if I am, being real and being genuine about a lot of things that I do. I'm kind of an attention whore, and it's all kind of it's off-putting to a lot of people. But again, man, like I said, man, I like to be an open book.
As you talk in front of a camera on a YouTube channel.
As I talk in front of a camera on a YouTube
channel. I'm kind of an attention whore.
Kind of an attention.
Look at me on the camera.
Yeah. But man, when it's time to get down to business, it's time to get down to business. And we all three of us, man, we're not the same people we were. I don't know these two other than what I know them now, and that's the only way I want to know them. We only surround ourselves with people that are that are solid these days, that are not on some bullshit and that are being honest. People that we can reach out to. There's a lot of people out there that are scared and hiding this shit, man, because you can be ashamed of it, man.
That's not 100% true with me. I still hang out with some pretty shady people.
Yeah, but, I'm not allowed to.
Just being honest.
Yeah, just being honest. Kind of. But there's all kinds of resources around here in this town and all over the world, frankly. If you need help, man, just reach out. Everybody's going through shit right now, man. I've talked to a few people here recently that I've known for a long time that I would have never thought, man. They got some issues going on, and then at the end of that conversation, they said, "Please don't tell anybody." And of course, I would never break that confidentiality. But man, I'm telling you guys, holding that in and being a closet junkie, you know, that's a miserable existence, man.
And it doesn't make you weak; it makes you strong to actually reach out to someone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because this world is so cruel, and everyone's so quick to put you down and talk shit about you and stab you in the back and do you wrong. And it's not like that, man. Reach out. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you one hell of a strong person. Because we've been to that point where we had to reach out for help too. So we understand where you're coming from. Just pick with the phone or shoot us a message, you know.
Yeah.
Or reach out to somebody.
Yeah. What do y'all think about that? That's our timer.
Well, if you guys know anybody that's struggling with addiction, that need help, we have lots of resources. We don't want to put them out here because we don't know about any confidentiality laws or anything like that, but we've got resources. So just
absolutely
shout out to one of us, and we'll be more than happy to get you hooked up and set up with somebody.
Yeah.
Know that you're not alone.
I'll drop our Instagram name in the link there, and dopelessjandj@gmail.com. She's doing a Facebook Live right now again. You know, reach out to her.
I've helped a few people get into treatment. If you need to go to treatment or you just need somebody to talk to, email us.
Yeah.
I mean, all you can do is reach out.
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing is guilt and then lying to yourself that you're not worth it, because everybody's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody deserves to go through, you know, to put themselves in that position. And when you're running and gunning an addiction, you're literally killing yourself over a long period of time, sometimes a short period of time.
Suicide.
Yeah, and you're spending all this money and time and effort to kill yourself. You know, I thought about it one day and I'm like, man, what was I really getting out of getting high all those years? Like, really, what did I get out of that? A few burnt brain cells, a bunch of money gone. I destroyed, you know, several relationships. Lost everything that I owned at points. So there's really nothing good that comes out of it. So if you need help, like I said, I've helped a few people get into treatment. If you don't want to go to treatment, you just want somebody to talk to, or you need some sort of support, we have access to support groups and different things like that as well. So
absolutely,
please reach out.
Yeah, please reach out.
And never down yourself. Always believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Yeah. Anyone who's watching this video, I believe in you. Yeah. I know times get tough, and I know you feel alone. I know you feel sad, and you're going through things, through deaths, through sicknesses, through losses of people.
Absolutely.
Things could always be worse, but they could always be so much better. So just hang in there. Yeah. Know that you got people looking out for you, and we love you guys.
Yeah, thank you for all your support, all the likes and comments, and the subscribers. Absolutely.
All the comments.
Yeah.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, please.
All that, please. Keep that coming, man. Keep it coming.
Love you guys.
Love you guys, yeah.
Thank you.
From the Dopeless crew.
Later.
Later.